Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely day in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. Just coming to you today with something very short and sweet. It's sweet to me. I don't know about you, but it is. And I want to say that where we are at today, and where we have been for quite some time, is it's a battle of power. And that, how would I say that? Understanding the power of what is actually happening in this day and time has to do with power. Many will fall by the wayside, great falling away. Very many will go into the broad gate. Why? Because this season is so great. It is a season where everybody should be more focusing on what is actually taking place in this day and time. What is actually taking place, and what it is power. All this has to do with power. A lot of people trying to wait for a check. They trying to wait for the unemployment to be fulfilled, and people trying to save their mortgages and their rent. Everything is going on. They're putting so many things before you to confuse you with what is actually going on. And it is power. What I have come to understand is that which was biblical was put into the Bible. Let's say, not say biblical, but what was put into the Bible where man hands has smeared all over the place. But I thank the Most High for the Ruach, because without his spirit, it's no way Sister Deborah would have been able to see the hands of man smearing the word all over the place and out of order. And what I can behold and understand through the Ruach is that we're in a time and season and we have been for quite some time, it's about power. We're looking for everything consists of money, politics, buying, selling, eating, really a lot of glutton. So I can understand when he said in the last days they're going to be buying and selling and feasting, because the feasting consists of eating. People wants to eat. I don't know if you all can discern this season, but it's a season where people just has to have restaurant, fast food, go out to eat meat and eat and just really feast. And what happens when you feast? You drink. You see, so it's all of that consists to throw you off spiritual only. See, fleshly, it ain't gonna throw you off because you don't think that's the way of the way to live. That's what you call living. But spiritually, it's to keep you thrown off for what is actually happening in the spiritual realm. Now, the Most High has warned me through his word that comes out of his spirit that we fight not against flesh and blood, but principality in high places. So Yah is even saying that the battle is not in the natural, which you can see. So that's why when Sister Deborah in the last, say, two or 3 months, she's been expounding on your spirit, getting in touch with your spirit, it's because what is actually happening is it's revealing itself in the spiritual realm, where 99.9 will not teach on this platform, because you can only speak spirit if you are the spirit that's of Yah that rests in you. You can't speak spirit. So it makes sense why Sister Deborah be on here and saying, oh, they're not talking about all this worldly stuff. But Deborah, they can't talk about nothing else. They can only talk about what they know. If they don't know what's in the spiritual realm, they can't tell people that when the spiritual realm of the evil is coming through the back window and the back door, while they be holding the front window. And the front door. They looking at the front door waiting for the enemy to come, and they don't understand the enemy is not coming the route in which they natural eyes can see. So it is spirit, and it is true what Yah has taught me throughout times about what is actually taking place. But what he has shared with me even greater, not just today, but in some time now, is the power that's therein in the spiritual realm of what is actually going on. And it is so true, because I noticed that everybody thinking it's everything that's going on, even caught up and things that they have read in the biblical, beholding and not they're not beholding it. They're standing back, waiting for these things to be fulfilled, and don't understand these things have already taken its course. It's in the process of when Yah is lining it up so that each one can fall according to his word. Now, we're sitting waiting for the natural politics, the natural way of the politics is going to swing our lives. We're sitting here waiting on things that's natural and don't understand. We're in this day and time, and is actually walking the high level wickedness in spirit in high places. What he was sharing with me, that it's not about the materialistic things and the things in which they can see. He said, Deborah, what they don't understand, it is about power. Power is something you can't see until you lose your power, okay? And you lose who you are to this power. And see, a lot of people are like waiting for what man has smeared in the book, the Bible. They have put their hands in and smeared so much stuff, up and out. But I thank the Most High, because he said in the last days, knowledge will be increased. Now, see, knowledge being increased doesn't hold the Holy Spirit or the Ruach HaKodesh. The knowledge increased, meaning knowledge that was kind of hidden, that you're going to come to know this, but it's not going to carry any power. Knowing this knowledge is not going to give you any power or insight of what is spirit. It's just going to give you just that enough knowledge, like us finding out that we are the chosen people. That's just knowledge. He's just letting you know that's just knowledge, because he said all you're getting, get understanding, because understanding is the spirit of Yah that comes to teach you all things, and it overrides knowledge and wisdom. So in the last days, knowledge is increased, and I think that knowledge many has taken as if it is the power of Yah or the Ruach or the or this great big gift from Yah. No, it is he just was warning you in the last days, how you're going to be able to identify is because one sign is knowledge going to be increased. And what that knowledge does is it causes you to really step into the second and the third, which is seeing that now you know what you didn't know. Go and keep studying until you know the ultimate of it all, which is understanding. And you want understanding to rest therein. But the greatest thing he was showing me, and he was telling me about the mark of the beast. A lot of people have throughout time, before I even was born, they talk about the mark of the beast. They talk about the 666. You heard people talk about the chip in the hand, and everybody talking about all of this. But y'all want me to let you know, all of that is vain and vax. It's only for the flesh, okay? It is only to nourish the flesh, because he explained to me the 666, the mark of the beast, in which man is waiting at the front door for, is already present within you. It's already a present within you. Because what it does is it comes to manipulate your fleshly mind. So you have a spiritual mind, but if the mark of the beast take over your natural mind, and you begin to believe the things in which you see and hear in the natural and in the flesh, you take on to those things, then you are selling yourself out to the mark of the beast. You see, but if your mind is not geared to that, and now you're resting in spirit and truth, he said you can drink poison and it won't harm you. Why? Because your spiritual mind and heart is rooted in righteous and truth, spirit and truth. You see, you got a spiritual mind and you got a natural mind, but your natural mind can be sold out to the world and what world believe, what the world says, and what the world doing, and you start to participate in everything the world consists of, like the testing. People didn't understand that this is a part of the mark. The mark of the beast is only simply control power. Everything that we're experiencing today has to do with control power. Outside of that control power, there's nothing left for them. So now it's not important to be a Gates. A lot of people want to ride on money. This money that they make is paper. And this is how they rule this country, on paper. And they manipulate, making sure you don't get any paper so that you can't survive like they can survive. Okay. So what happens now is United Snakes of America knows fully that they no longer own this company, this country. It is owned by China. That's why this whole idea of this virus, all of this is when the devil come in through the back door and the back window, because so many so learned people get on these platforms and they want to teach you. They teaching you from the front door. And the front door mean the fleshly eyes, the fleshly ears, what only the fleshly eyes can see, only what the fleshly mind can understand and think. But the enemy comes that way to those who entertain that way. But those that are spirit of truth knoweth that from any window evil can come, and most likely it's not going to come where you're looking. It's going to come where you're not looking. And when you're looking in the flesh for everything to be revealed to you from a man, a woman, or in some type of fleshly revelation, or somewhere I can see. It's not what you can see, it's the unseen that you can't see, which is still going back to what Sister Deborah has been talking about for the last 3 months, spirit and truth. But because you desire that which is fleshly, which is flesh, you want to see, you want to understand, you want to participate, you want to everything in the fleshly eyes, everything in the fleshly ears, to where you have not allowed your spiritual eyes and your spiritual ear to get the dominion over your fleshly mindset, your fleshly eyes and your fleshly ear. Therefore, your mind is sold over. You have the mark of the beast because you're sold your whole mindset, your eyes and your ears, the way you hear, the way you see, the way you think, over to the work of the wicked. Okay, so that's the 666. It's a mind power. And that's why they come out with something that can enter into your body, that can control it to the fullness. So when you see where you already starting to see, ooh, Lord, me myself sitting in the wilderness, I can see and I can feel a good 72% of the people in this country have already taken the mark of the beast by full force. Okay, within their flesh. Okay, so it's a mind power control. Okay, it's here to control your natural mind. That's why Sister Deborah been talking in the last 3 months about your spiritual, your spirit, your spiritual mind, your spiritual heart, your spiritual eyes, your spiritual ear, which is one, so that you can understand things that way. Then you can defeat the route that the enemy is coming. And it's very powerful how he came. It's just as powerful as people who didn't know who they were now coming to the knowledge of who they were, and how long has it been. You see what I'm saying? That's how powerful the enemy been already planning this, what they quote mark of the beast. Okay, the 666. It's a mind control. I know that it's in full force, because when I went to the Father and I asked him, well, what is this they doing? Were they controlling, got everybody in their house and nobody said anything? They closed their jobs down and nobody said anything. They closed their stores down and nobody said anything. They're controlling everybody with one word. I said, what is that, Father? That's how he shared it with me. See, I didn't know that was the mark of the beast. I know it was a mind power control, but it's deep, because that's all the mark of the beast is to control you from this end, your fleshly mind, because it can't get your spiritual mind until it gets your flesh mind. And once it gets your flesh mind, then it causes you to have dominion over your spirit mind, to never make the right choices, which is spirit and truth with Yah. So therefore, you make the choices of the mind of the flesh. You see everything in the flesh. You can teach people 24. You can teach people 1,000,000 years. And if they are rooted in the flesh mindset, rooted in the flesh ear, rooted in the flesh eyesight, you can't change them. You cannot change them, because that is the part that we are so embedded in this day and time. It's a power control. So the 666 is already taking its course in everyone, and how it is divided not to be able to stand is when you are walking in the spirit, and your spirit is in full control over the flesh, in which carries the mark of the beast 666. You get the dominion over it by allowing your spirit man to defeat it. But see, that's why I say the way I say and speak the way I speak and say the things that I say, and trying to get people to understand the spirit, because this is where is the battle is right today in the year of 2020 and so on. It's been that for many years. The battle is in the spirit realm, and we as people don't care for the spirit realm because we want that which we can see and believe. We want that which we can hear in our natural ears and believe. We want that which we can think in our natural mindset to where we can comprehend and believe. And we do not want the things which is unseen, which is the truth of all matters. So I thank the Most High for sharing with me that there is it's a power control from, he wants me to always accept that from when he shared it with me always. He have given it to me little at pieces at a time, but I thank him for bringing to my knowledge that it is full power control in the times we are living and the times to come. Strictly power control. So all the stuff that you're seeing in your fleshly realm, you have to understand it's put there to be over your fleshly mind, your fleshly ear, your fleshly eyes, and to control that part of you, because your inner man that has a light, it is dimmed. And if the flesh can keep you from recognizing the light that Yah put in you, where he will abide, if you will understand in the spiritual realm what is actually taking place, so he can abide in you and you can abide in him. So I say unto you, that's why I always talk to many of you all about, don't get so caught up in so many of these cults and these new religions and these new things that's being said. When you go back in the biblical word, only see it spiritual. And you can. That's if you have a ear to hear the Holy Spirit teach you enough for you to be taught. You have to shut up long enough to hear him teach you, and him ask the question and him teach you. And while you talking, you can't hear him. You have to shut it up so you can hear him in spirit. Okay. And when he's teaching you, he's going to reveal these things in which Sister Deborah is actually saying. But like I say, this battle is a battle of the spirit. And we're sitting here trying to think we can take on this task. All these Hebrew Israelite men, they really think this is a task in the spirit realm. It is not, in the natural. This is not a task in the natural. This is a task in the spirit. And that's how they got easily caught up with this newfound awakening and this new thing, Hebrew Israelite movement as a religion. And they taking it on by force that way. And you can see it's a battle of the flesh. It ain't even the battle of the spirit, because they don't talk. When you battle in the spirit, you recognizing Yah 24/24. You showing his power, his glory, and what he's doing behind the scene. These things in which the newfound religion of the awakening and the Hebrew Israelite movement religion is really based on flesh. What you can see, what you can hear, what you can think, how you can like, how you can subscribe, how you can speak, what you got to say on these platforms. You're doing all this on this platform, which is called the devil platform, and you're thinking you're doing something, and you're not doing anything if you're not able to be in tune with the Most High Yah in spirit and in truth, because that's where the real fight is at. That's where the real fight, because the mark of the beast has already took its course, and it's going to be full force, because the whole idea, this is what he told me. The whole idea of the virus and the testing is power and control. While they're not teaching you all that it's power and control, they're making it everything else except for that. But it's power and control. And if people are bowing down to it by great number, it's no way the United Snakes of America can get a vaccine that they had about 10 years now. They had a long time. They got this vaccine waiting to inject the people. Okay. They got the 5G waiting Everything waiting to come on one accord because it's going to be just like that movie Walking Dead. But it might not appear like you see it in the natural, but you got to understand that's going to be like the mindset of the people. Because if you can see now, it's a lot of people like that. Just because of this virus, that people are losing it. The suicide rate has gone up. Suicide in great numbers. People taking their lives. You ain't seen nothing yet. It's because the flesh can't handle it. Because this is a battle in the spirit. Hallelujah. The spirit of my Father is allowing this to go on. Because he knows that he's going to conquer. He ain't going to conquer it in the hands of man because we have failed him 24/24. So we have to take people to a Yah in the spirit. We got to drill to these people in the spirit realm. Take them to where Yah is at in the spirit so he can abide in them and they can abide in him that way. Because this flesh, let me tell you something, it's going down. It is going down. Whether you like it or not, it's going down. So Sister Deborah, would say that the whole ideal of this country, now I want you to hear this and hear this well, of doing the testing with the biochemical in it. And I even found masks that are from China. If you put those, the one that has the blue thing, you put those on, you'll notice you have a headache. Some people have headaches. People complaining about this because we're getting the same things. We're getting masks and everything we getting. We're ordering from China. We're doing everything from China in. China is booming. It's booming and making money from this country alone. Why? This is the country that they so-called virus started, but why did it end up here? And why is China making the money? Because this country is owned. It has been taken over by China. I mean, if the world knows that China owns United States, okay? They knows that. You all just, the people here just, that'd be just too hard for them to accept. But yes, they owns this United States of America. So they own this land, and all this stuff it's about eliminating the population so they can get the full control, mind control over all that is left. That's what it's all about. That's all it's about. It's about power over the mind. And it's easily because the 666 is a power over the mind. And you can tell, I can, because of the spirit allowing me to see that the mind has already fully been taken over. Even especially amongst the Hebrew Israelites, they have fully given their minds over. They will cut their own people up to follow their oppressor or to do what their oppressor says. And yes, I know the oppressor got a lot of threatening techniques, but that's why Yah said to his, look, don't be afraid of he that destroy your body. Their technique is to destroy your body, your flesh. But he said, don't worry about it. I got you on the other end. And see, we don't believe that. What's the other end? Spirit and truth. The part that they can't destroy, you better be worried about the one that can destroy the body and the spirit and soul. Or so you have to be very, very cautious of that. But no one cares about that. They're more so fearful of, they might take my children, they might kill my children, my family. And I know that's their technique, is to take lives, to destroy you. And they even destroy their own. Killing a person in the eyes of the enemy means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Somebody like Sister Deborah is like, oh, you'll never see him again. That's it. Oh, that's the end of that. The beginning and the end of that. As far as a person not seeing their mother, their father, their sister, their brother, their relative, for someone to take a life. I see it different. I see the end of it, the real end of it, as far as being able to touch and to see and to talk to. I see that end. But people who been killing for thousands of years, they could care less. They don't see none of that. So what is important to them? It ain't important to them that killing your body. It's important to them to destroy you, so that they can just have the power to continue to control the minds of those that are left. That's the whole idea. Even destroying enough so we can control the minds the way that we got planned, and we have planned for many a years. So it's a power struggle. It's a power of the mind. And that's where I can truly say the 666 has already been branded. Even though many said, I ain't got the 666. Yes, you do. Because the moment they say something to do, they close your job or they do anything, you won't do nothing that's righteous and justice. You won't stand up. You won't speak out. You talk about everything that has to do with the flesh, being able to understand, see, and do, and nothing spirit to lead the people to the higher power that can control all this in any and everybody's eyesight. But I say unto you, the 666 has already took its course. It's a mind power, and it has already took its course for force. And that all this thing about and what happened is what hurt me more than anything is the idea of the reason why I know that the 666 has taken its course and has taken the power of the mind, because the power of the mind don't have sense enough to see that the whole idea of testing and being tested and to see the lies of so many lives being lost and so many people dying and nobody saying that, wait a minute, it's something wrong with this picture. They are lying. They are doing things they shouldn't be doing. No one questioned what they're doing. So now they can move to stage 2 or 3 in which they are in. And that stage is to bring out what we've been waiting for, which is our vaccine. And now how can they push the vaccine when they got enough people being tested, enough people agreeing with testing, enough people, like I said, being tested, enough people agreeing with it, and enough people agreeing with the death toll. And they got to mess with your mind to make you feel that, oh, we need the vaccine. Ooh, let's give us the vaccine. And that's what's happening. Right now, as I speak, I'm going between 75 and 80% of the people in the United States of America already agreed to taking this vaccine. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't mean that number. I'm talking about they natural heart have already accepted that when this vaccine come out. So when the 80% accept the ideal of the vaccine, then they're going to make it mandatory for the next 20 or 10%, or else you're not going to be able to eat. You're not going to be able to buy. You're not going to be able to go into the stores. You're not going to be able to be outside your house unless you get that vaccine. So they're going to put it on you heavy. They're going to put it on you heavy. And that's how they're going to do it, because all they had to do is get the mind of 80%. And after that, everything else is going to be mandatory, or either you accept it, you get caught out, you're going to lose your life. That's where they taking this here. They have to inject everybody with the vaccine. And because you got so many overly call themselves learned people to where they really unlearned in the spirit, that they haven't warned people or haven't told people how it's going to go to prepare themselves. And a lot of people talking about, put away food and grow your this and grow your that. It ain't gonna matter, because when you finish growing and you finish putting your food away, it's still gonna go according to the power and control of the ones that does not have the vaccine in their system. And the vaccine is gonna be it's gonna be a full force control. Final. It's like putting the cake on the icing on the cake. It's gonna be completed. Okay, what the control of the mind, and then they're going to control the mind from the power of the principality in high places. That's where they're going to lock in everything, and that's that technology, the 5G, and so on. And that's where they're at. But if they can get 80%, which they like 72%, 73% now, 80% of the people in this country, once they get that, they have been successful. They have brought and ushered in the fullness of the mark of the beast, the full control, and that now they are going to make it legit that those who don't want to take the vaccine are going to be those who are going to be forced. They're going to be forced by no food, no clothing, can't come out your house, you can't talk to your neighbors, you can't do any of that. And if you get caught, you will lose your life. And that's where that mandatory thing is going to come. So that vaccine is coming, and it is to get the fullness of knowing that everybody here, because if this country belonged to China, they have to do away with the people here, and China has to come here and control. They can't control this country, this land, without the people, while the people are here. So they have to bring it down to very few. And what the United States is doing is they're under the table with the elites. They in it on it, and see China don't understand that this country is going down. It's not going to be worth anything, even if they think that they can come here and try to take on this land, even after they do the things they're about to do. But it's not going to be worth it because it's biblical spoken. It's coming down. So I, Sister Deborah, say to you all, I must go. Got so many things to do today, but I hope someone out there heard what I had spoken, and that you take heed to. Shalom and shalom. See you again.